Hey everyone, hope you're all doing okay. This is my year 1 video insight. So on this I'm going to be summarising how I was, advice for others and advice for patients in year 1 of brain recovery. Remember, this is my insight, so it's my experiences. You know, everyone recovers differently. I'm just doing this to hopefully pass on some advice or help, you know, for anybody out there who's struggling maybe. So how I was. So how I was in hospital, it's a bit of a blur, to be honest. I was very confused. I was repeating myself a lot, hallucinating. I can't really remember much of it, to be honest. I wasn't with it. So in the early days, you know, it was a bit of a blur. I had 2 seizures after when I woke up, and I ended up in intensive care. I was very much there, but I was in body, but scrambled in mind. And no real level of intellect going on, just sort of, you know, I was brain damaged, so I was just functioning and not really a clue to normal life, you know. Obviously it was worse for my family and friends because they knew how I was and they could seem like that, but to me I was just sort of in a daze. So I got out of hospital after about 6 weeks, I came home, and when I came home, you know, although I was short on understanding things, I certainly could tell the difference in environment. Obviously I had to be cared for by my friends and family at home, but when they wasn't here, I felt vulnerable. I was really getting through the days, to be honest, without really a clue. I was confused. I used to pace up and down a lot, look out the window. I couldn't go to shop, which 100 metres away, for the first quite a few months, to be honest with you. So life had really changed for me. It was hard in front of my children, in front of Gemma, my partner. You know, she was sitting staring into space a lot, wasn't interacting with them as I normally would do. I was a mess, to be honest with you, you know. So, and the fatigue of brain injury is immense. You know, I was knackered all the time. Any sort of thinking was hard work. So that was a struggle. I always sort of knew something was wrong, but I wasn't with it enough to understand exactly what had gone on. So I used to be in memory trouble, sight problems, tinnitus. Looking at my list. I couldn't look up. I had speech impediment. I stutter inside to have speech therapy. I had a room spin. I was dizzy a lot, headaches. You know, and I couldn't explain how I was to my family and friends, which was frustrating. I mean, I was learning about my new brain, you know, so it was difficult. They couldn't understand me, and I couldn't understand what I was going through. So that first year was tough, and I had a lack of emotional response as well, and just pretty blank like a robot. You know, as the year went on, I did progress, and I got better, very slowly but surely. You know, so I ended up going out a bit on my own, which was frightening. The world's a frightening place with a brain injury, but pushed myself, and I was going on. If I had to summarise how I was in that first year, it would be lost, to be honest. Getting back on my feet. I was sort of like a dimmer switch almost, and I was getting switched on very slowly, you know. So right, advice for carers would be to give the patient plenty of time for everything, you know, answering questions, going out for activities, plenty of patience. There's no stress and no pressure on the person with brain injury. It sent me into meltdown, and I was like, oh, I couldn't process it, and I'd get into a bit of a twist. Don't go anywhere too busy at first, you know. Sort of take someone out. It was good for me to go out in the world, but I didn't want to go where it was too packed, because it could quite easily frighten me, you know. So don't go the new hustle bustle too quickly. So I go quiet times. And get help yourself. If you're caring for someone with a brain injury, it's going to be a full-time job, and it's going to be hard for you to see that person as they are. Certainly hard for Gemma. And I think it was me that was getting most of the focus, because obviously I had the brain injury, but obviously at the same time, it's a life-changing event for everybody, this. I was at the centre, like in the ripple, and it affected everything and everybody in my life. My income, my job, my relationships with everybody, my memory, and, you know, they're feeling the effects. So it's a life-changing injury. I've researched the injury. If you know someone or you're friends with someone with a brain injury, it's hard for you to understand what they're going through, but if you can research it and get some education on yourself, that's really going to help you try and understand what they might be going through. And just keep it as relaxed as you can, nice and relaxed, slow, no pressure, no stress, and then plenty of praise for achieving, you know, and confidence boosting, sort of encouragement. That's really important. Come on, you can do it, you know. So not pushing them, but you know, just making them progress, have positive progress. Okay, so advice for patients would be take it steady, don't be too hard on yourself, you know, nice and slow. That'll get you there. You don't need to be rushing back or trying to rush back into life. Just try and make sense of your new brain each day. Don't put too much on yourself. Plenty of breaks all the time, you know. Just take that time out, that chill time, let your brain sort of repair itself. It's going to be tough, you know, so you're going to be at it, against it, but just you know, be learning each day. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't rush back to work. I did that. It wasn't good for me. You know, try and start using coping strategies if you can. I mean, they'll be more for the second year, but if you're noticing that you're weak in certain areas and you can help yourself, good nutrition is going to help you. Plenty of, you know, fuel in your body, healthy mind. So you have some good nutrition to aid your recovery. It's good medicine. And try not to get frustrated. Keep hopeful, keep the faith, and just keep plugging away. That's all you can do. And try and communicate with your loved ones the best you can. That's going to help you and help them understand what you're going through. So best wishes, guys. That's my video, year 1 video insight.